did it. No susimos. Howdy, folks. Howdy, howdy. We're here playing Dungeons and Dragons. This is where we're gonna do that thing. Everyone's here. No need for introductions. You know them all, and if you don't, well, pick up quick. Pick up quick. Fast. Learn it. Picking up on our last session of Dungeons and Dragons, we had a slightly eventful time. As you all had dealt with essentially the consequences of your exploration on the temple you found under the seas, in which was being protected by a dreadmaw, very, very large shark-like creature that had attacked the ship, but through some very clever tactical. What exactly? You didn't banish it.
No, he did.
No,
No, he
you
didn't.
plane shifted
plane
it.
shift. That's
I
what it was.
plane
Plane
shifted
shift.
it.
Yeah.
You plane shifted the Dreadmaw away from that place. Seemingly in the clear, you guys had made your escape. However, as a little Easter egg, Dazan did scry trying to figure out where the hell that thing had gone. And it seemed to be towards one of the entrances to the world. Saw the familiar standing stone that listed the rules, but other than that, not your concern. You're gone from that place now. And as you made your way further into the...
Now it's on our tail.
I don't know
It's coming back.
But making your way through the twisting, weaving currents that flow throughout the world of Revedia, you guys eventually found yourself in this large open space where the current was almost not flowing at all. Imagine as its own separate sea inside the ocean itself, this contained space with various landmarks about. Remembering them off from the top of my head, there was one which seemed to be like a massive floating coral reef that made its way throughout the water. But inlaid in the middle of it was the skull of a kraken. You also saw this omnidirectional temple, one that was clearly made to be underwater and be viewed in that way. Along with that, there was a submersible, which you guys approached, and there is... Which one am I forgetting? Oh, I do have to pull.
The cube.
Oh, yes. Through some clever investigating before finding out the hard way, there was a massive floating gelatinous cube in this area.
Right.
Like an
The
80
forbidden
foot
Super Mario
by 80
Galaxy
foot
Island.
by 80 foot gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
So it would just dissolve our ship and we'd be kind of screwed a little bit.
It'd be an unfortunate set of circumstances to be engulfed in that. One circumstance that I would not recommend personally. But as you guys had approached the ship, upon initial investigation, it seemed to be uninhabited by now. Dazan had sent out a message from the relay station of the Manta to try and contact anyone. And not even receiving no response, he didn't sense anyone that'd be there to receive a response. However, that information was contradicted once you guys actually got aboard. Coming on to the middle deck, Sparks, you teleporting in, it was almost ankle deep. The amount of blood that pooled in this area. And it was quite deep for those of you guys who came up from the entrance below, where the chamber was to enter. Following the trail of blood that seemed to flow from the stairs above, the rest of the party members making their way up as Sparks had opened up this door, and what gushed forth was a torrent of ichor, blowing him back towards the stairs, caught by Kalis, but revealing what lied inside him.
Is it just me, or is Elijah getting really quiet at the end of his sentences?
This might be better. I have probably my mic in the space for too far away. Sound good? Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Currently.
All right, cool.
As soon as this always happens to me, like after a session, I kind of like forget what happens, and then as soon as like you do your recap and you said like you entered into like an open underwater sea, it all came flooding back to me. And I was like, oh no, meat man, oh no, meat man in the submarine.
He had like a series like Slumdog Millionaire-esque flashbacks. Like, is that what's telling the story?
It was like my life flashed before me, my eyes in like an instant. I was like, oh god, the color. We have to deliver the code.
But Boom, 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 boom. Me also. I don't like that one. This is bad. Not what I want. But as you guys are looking at the figure that appears before you, you guys can see that this takes on the visage. It looks identical to Baron Samir, a character you're very familiar with throughout your adventures in Revedia, or Ravine. However, Sparks, with your true sight, what you see is a little bit different from everybody else. And I will also give you a little visual for now. So you have a point of reference. And I would like to say, sorry.
What cursed image are you going to send me now?
Is it really going to be worse than the one for Marisol?
Oh man,
the extravenous network.
Is it going to be the same image?
I don't know. I can't send this. I can only show it to all the players. I just want to show it to Sparks.
Well, just do a what's it called? Do a screen clip or
Yeah.
Clip the picture and then send it to me.
Just do a screen grab of My Hero Academia and just send it on his way.
All right, there you go, Joe. Sorry.
Reference.
Ugh. No, thank you.
And in this sort of like very like low raspy voice, one that does not match the form of Baron, he just goes, I mean you all no harm.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for opening the door as well. It was quite difficult to do from this side.
Yeah, the chamber seemed flooded with all the blood, so
Yes.
maybe it caused some significant degree of rust. It's
Why do
very
you look like
irony
that?
smell in this place. There's a lot of irony going on right now.
Why do you take that shape?
I'm just supposed to be somebody familiar, that's all. Someone that make you feel a little safe.
Are you?
I don't feel safe at all. I'm gonna echo what he says. What are you?
You feel safer this way, trust me.
No, I don't. You big lump of flesh. What are you?
Hey, you are too. Sorry.
I have skin and I have fur. You do not.
I'm simply a traveler making my way through from this place. But as you can see, I've been stuck out here.
Maybe you should go home.
Well, I was stuck here. You can't go home when you're stuck somewhere.
What happened to the people on the ship?
Oh. I'd rather not talk about it, but they're
Yes, I imagine not.
gone.
Yeah.
We
Well, not all of
noticed
them.
that. But we're sort of standing in them still.
Well, I had to do something with them. It'd be a waste if I just let them rot on the ship. They had already died. I couldn't do anything else.
I want to
What did
insight
you
check
do with
that.
them?
Go ahead and make me an insight check. And
Why did you kill them?
I didn't kill anybody. And to inform you, I simply made use of them. They were consumed.
Oh.
15, Taryn. Whew. Lot to unpack what's going on here.
I would like to insight the whole, what's it called? I didn't kill them. I don't expect much, but
Yeah.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna be honest. Didn't expect this guy to meet man to talk. Didn't expect him to be a big talker. I expected him to be like a skinwalker hiding behind the eyes of a visage.
Hey,
and
just
then
out of curiosity,
lash out at us.
what do you guys see when I do this?
Question marks.
question marks.
On the okay, so you can't actually see the die.
Nope. I just see a die rolling on for me though, which was new. I was
Why
like,
must
what?
there be die rolls, Elijah?
Because I like them. We're
Can I
playing the
change
fucking
the
dice
color of
game.
mine?
Lag.
Can we change the color of mine? Can I do that?
Yes, you can. I don't remember how.
Oh no.
I feel like you also
We'll
disable
figure
it.
out later.
Where's the disable button?
It will be somewhere in your settings.
Oh
Do we
God,
take a-
I fucking hate seeing.
Did we take a long rest since we last rested?
I don't think so.
I
No.
don't think so either.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Since we took a long rest before the shark bite.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
I will say, Taryn, with a 15, it's hard to rely on your regular tools of being able to read a person's face or body language, because, like, as this thing talks as Baron, it talks incredibly, like, stiffly. Like, imagine, like, the rest of the body isn't animated as it's talking, it's only really the mouth moving.
Oh. I hate that.
And I won't say for certain you can tell he's being honest, Sparks. It's hard to. It's more up in the air as to what his intentions are or what he means when he says he didn't kill them. He's just gonna go. Said I just was terribly tragic. I didn't want it to happen to anybody, but it's where we are.
Want what to happen to anybody?
Got sick. Well, got
Sick with
very, very sick. Their body started to bruise, boils appeared, their skin turned this darkish red, and then they fell. One after the other. I don't
Do
get
a
sick
lot
though.
of people die when this happens to you? When you turn up?
I wouldn't say so.
how many
Well,
people were on board this ship?
15.
This is too much blood for 15 people.
That's my fault.
I'm sorry, what?
I made more on accident. I'm not actually your friend, the one that looks like whatever you see.
Yeah, we know.
There's a lot of working parts and magical aspects that make it so my body doesn't function like I always want it to. And Jungan, can you do me a favor? Actually, Jungan and Sparks. This applies to both of the two of you.
Right.
Can you make me... You can either make me an Arcana or a Religion check. And depending on what your
Oh,
rolls,
I
you get different answers depending on
I
that.
know. I know what I'm rolling.
I know I'm rolling too. It's funny, it's the same thing he's rolling.
Really? Your religion is worse? That's crazy.
Oh, I want to see the
15.
die. Yellow.
I only use my Tides of Chaos to roll with advantage.
By all means.
So, back to 0. What the hell is Arcana? Advantage. 26. Natural 20.
Oh.
What do
All
my
right.
tabaxi eyes see?
So, what I'll say is both of you get this sort of, this is like this spark of acknowledgement as you look upon this thing. Not looking at it with your eyes exactly, but more the sort of feeling it gives off. You guys have seen many different types of magic. You visited many parts of this world and other worlds. And this creature, at least in your eyes, Jungan, you can very clearly tell there's some sort of divine essence about this creature. Not fiendish, not what's it called? Or not like demonic or devilish, but something almost like celestial like. And Sparks, on a natural 20, Here's what I'm gonna give you.
Intriguing.
Good
You
girl.
get the feeling that whatever this thing
Hey,
is,
you're right there. Gotta come over here.
it's
Good
like you.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
This is
It's like-
someone or
Hmm.
something that has received a boon.
Can I tell which god?
On a natural 20, yeah. You know what? Bum.
Is it gonna be the? It's gonna be the plague one, isn't it?
No, it is not
Oh.
the plague one. Well, I gotta remember what the plague one's name. That's Gedia, not them.
Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you it's Hackett.
Oh, fan fucking tastic. Yeah, great.
Oh, wait.
Fucking, I actually know one because I know I've had to look up all the gods. I know that who that is. Fan fucking tastic. Oh, a boon of the god of murder. Fan fucking tastic.
Can I
Oh.
roll like a nature check to see what Kalis understands this creature to be?
You can try.
Something like that. I'd like to try. 20.
20, then you can definitely tell it is the divine creature. Has some divine essence, but the actual nature of this thing, especially considering you're not beholding its true form, is a bit harder to divine or harder to discern.
Okay,
And I'm just gonna put this out there, everyone. I say we destroy it.
What?
I mean,
I
Spark.
Don't think anything good comes
I-
from this being.
Before he even says that, like Spark's learning, Divine being god of murder just goes, it's time for you to go home, and I'm gonna cast banishment on it.
Okay. So you are going to cast banishment. That's happened no matter what.
Yes.
But along with that, I also need folks to roll me initiative.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say what I said, so we're not.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
understandable. It's just it was the thing. As soon as I found out it was the god of murder, I was just waiting for.
I think he's gonna be our
No
friend.
combat encounter yet.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Juggin. Oh, Juggin.
Are you putting us to a separate map?
Yeah, I'm pulling you guys in a second. You're not going to be able to see it for a moment, but it's okay.
It's a very charming, it's a very fun NPC, Elijah, but you know what? He's got to die.
I like him.
He's not a very charming NPC. I'm sorry.
He's like charming, and they're like, "Oops, did I do that?" Kind of-
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to create the wave of blood. My bad.
This guy's just the human.
There's only
gluttonous
two
cube.
gods that you could have told me that I wouldn't have done this. Two gods I would have done the banishment thing to, and fucking, it was Geisha and Hagmar.
I almost put fucking Zentova on the map. I'm tripping.
Hey, if you want her to be there.
Stop tripping.
Okay.
Initiative? Can we roll now? Or
Oh, yeah. You can go and click the button now.
Oh my god, I'm rolling so terribly.
I can't see my token.
I know.
Oh!
Oh, there we go.
Whoa, guys, that is a 3, a 2, and a 4.
Yeah, that's real
I
bad.
always roll low on initiative. Like
You
always.
didn't roll a natural 20. You know that, right?
You guys are at the bottom part of the ship.
You're welcome. I thought we were on the top level.
No, the bottom part of the map, I mean.
Oh, I see.
This is just reversed from how I wanted it.
Nautilus.
All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am missing Terran.
Hey, hey guys, you can all see what it looks like now.
Oh, oops.
Isn't that awful?
Oh, I don't see it. Oh, I do.
I don't.
It's awful.
Oh.
Oh,
No,
he
thanks.
looks sick, dude.
No thanks.
I don't like the T-Rex arms, but like other than that,
He's a wicked guy.
Why can
I don't know about that, Ethan, but he looks cool.
Can you go away?
Oh,
I agree.
Ooh.
I agree, Nev.
Oh,
Oh, it's
It
just
looks like an
configuration.
Otogaron,
A what?
a dog monster from a video game.
Nice.
I see it.
What is...
Like the face and the rows of saber-toothed teeth.
That is so nice. Oh, I figured out how to change the colors.
Nice. Alrighty. That in fashion I thought it would. So, what are our initiatives looking like? Let's see. Okay.
Bad.
Sparks did good. And that's it.
So I rolled a 1, I had advantage, and then there was a 2, a 3, and a 4, and then Sparks, who's at 21.
Ooh. 1 second. What's his dex? It's a natural 20. I know he has a positive dex. I think he should have +3 to
You
initiative.
didn't need to roll high to go before us, Elijah. We rolled terribly.
Hey, I only needed to go before one of you.
is it me?
Uh-huh.
Sure, man.
I'm still going first, right?
Well, you're
Go
not.
before
He's not
Shogun.
surprised.
Yeah, but I'm still going first because I got 21 and he's got 20, right?
He's got no. He got a natural 20 on the die.
I know, but I'm looking at the number, which it says 20 plus 0 plus 0.01.
Yeah. And I just added his modifier, that would bring him to a 23.
Okay, motherfucker, I'm bending luck.
Can you bend luck on initiative rolls? You sure about that?
It's an ability check.
Hey, better roll a 3.
I only needed 2, I think. Because my dex is higher than his. I only need to equal it. I'll just double check bend luck works for you.
Get rolling.
Yeah, ability check or saving throw. There you go. Apparently, I rolled as Taran, but fuck it, that's a 4.
Don't know
I'll
how
take
that
that
happened.
25, thank you.
He was good on Terran's token.
All right, so you will get off your banishment then, because you will be going first,
Yes.
and that is going to be a charisma saving throw for him.
I'm sure his charisma
yeah,
is
I'll,
super high, though.
What's it called? I'll use a heightened spell to make it disadvantage. Go on, legendary resistance. I bet I dare you.
Well, let's roll first. Let's see if we got. Let's find out in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
What's your DC?
It's 20.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
Spell.
Plus 8. No. Oh my god. Wait, oh my, you guys are so lucky. I accidentally looked at the wrong stat block, and good, you're lucky I caught myself. That was like, there's no way it has a plus 18 to this.
What?
God.
You're looking at like a
What?
demon stat block or some shit.
Yeah, well, I was one page over where I was supposed to be.
Oh.
But
Did you
that,
roll with disadvantage?
I did. It's a straight roll.
Oh, that's cursed.
Oh.
Oh well.
So it is not
He has
banished.
magic resistance.
When
Didn't explode, but will recharge anyway.
So, as you make that realization in your head, before you even start thinking, the words begin to leave. And what happens to Sparks, just out of curiosity, with his banishment?
I've got a. I will cast Magic Missile as a 5th level spell on it.
All right, go ahead and roll damage for that.
Do you want me to just roll 1d4 and accept the consequences of? I can't remember how you run Magic Missile.
Well, now that you ask me about it, I don't remember either. You're putting me on the spot. Whatever the regular fucking.
It's fine. There you go. Boom. Rubbish. 14 points of force damage.
14 points. So, as they are pelted with that. And it's 14. As the bandage spell goes off, you watch as its form begins to like almost like shimmer in the air, almost as if it's like this like sort of like TV static like image starts appearing over like the form of Baron Samir, and not focusing on the spell or not the spell, the effect that was hiding its true form. You all see it revealed in its true glory. In shape, it looks very like almost like Dragonborn-esque. It has that sort of similar head and jaw-like structure, this sort of long neck that stretches down. However, the hands, I will say, are something that is quite a bit different from any Dragonborn you guys have encountered at this point. It seems to be mostly what's left over of its hands. But it is going to take that fortune. As it's sort of hit, you watch as sort of blood sprays backwards behind it as if ejected from it. And it's sort of like looking at you, Sparks, it's just like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. And do you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn? Oh, let me click that button as well.
Creature of murder, be gone! And that's kind of it. You know.
Alrighty. So, on its turn, as these hostile actions take place, you're gonna watch as its disposition changes. You see it begin to like sort of grow in size, almost as if sort of what covers the floor begins to pool around its feet. And it is going to as its bonus action, it's going to reach out its hand towards you, Sparks, and just go, please stop. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch. I'm going, hey, you know how I just recharged my Tides of Chaos? So I'm going to use it to roll with advantage, because I'm scared. Does that... I'm glad I did, because the first roll was a 4.
Yeah, 30 total will succeed.
What was it trying to do to me?
Because you are, yeah, you're full hit points.
I'm not full hit points, no.
Well, I'll leave it be for now because I should have caught that earlier then. As this creature reaches out toward you, you begin to feel the sort of like hotness grow within your body. And the taste of like this metallic taste in your mouth, as it feels like you can feel like blood welling up within like your cheeks, almost as if you just accidentally like bit your jaw and feeling. And as you go and sort of focus yourself, not necessarily in a physical sense, but using sort of magical energies to force back whatever it was doing, it seems that it was almost making blood well up within your own mouth. Which would have had quite big problems if you were trying to do something like talk, cast spells, things like that. And then for its action, you guys watch.
Oh, that wasn't even its action.
Oh yeah, that was its bonus action. You watch as this thing begins melting into the pool below, almost in like this flat surface. You watch it just almost like disappears. This is like a sound of like droplets like hitting the water, and it is gone from immediate sight, disappearing into the pool in front of you all. And that is its turn.
But I'm fucking terrified.
Kalis, we go over to you.
You're muted, Sean.
Thanks. So he merged into the blood on the floor?
Yeah. He disappeared from immediate sight.
But he like sunk
Yeah.
to the floor. Okay.
And then like one like almost like it was like squashed down.
I don't think I have anything for that. So I guess I'll just well. Okay, so how tall is this chamber?
The roof of it goes up maybe like 10, 11 feet of like this room.
Okay, so I guess what I'm gonna do is centered on me. I am just going to I'll say like I'll warn everyone, like everyone get ready and brace yourselves. And then I'll take the like amethyst gem and channel its energy, and I'll just like sort of like thrust it up in my fist, and then all the sort of blood on the floor starts to just sort of like spool and distend, and like it's in 0 G, and just sort of start pouring up from the floor onto the ceiling. And I cast reverse gravity in this space.
Okay. Go ahead and pop that in the foundry for me real quick.
Yep.
Our cameras are off. What? Must have been timed out. Well, they're back in.
How about less? How about less?
Alright, then folks, feel free to just make me a deck save. There's no damage involved, just see if you get knocked prone as things swap over.
All of us?
Yeah.
It's not a discriminatory spell, really.
I made my dice look cool.
Deck save.
I love Sparks' dice.
I just see yellow and green. Oh, there's a teal. Who has teal?
Oh, interesting. You see, I've turned my dice off, so I don't know what they look like.
Oh, yours are purple.
Mine are purple.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
oops.
as you all feel this sort of sensation of your stomachs turning as gravity is upended within this ship, all of you sort of see the motion Kalos is making in time, except for Jung-un. As you all brace yourselves, now standing upside down within this underwater ship, as blood is beginning to fall on upwards. This will also reach... Okay. Good to know. Interesting. And as that ichor begins to pile up into this area, Kalos, that is your action.
So, do I see him?
See him right now? No.
Huh. So he didn't... Okay, so he's like just gone from where the spot he was.
Well, if he's still in that pile of blood, that means he's on the roof. But you
like, he
don't
didn't-
see him. No, you don't see a
Okay.
physical form.
Well, worth a try. Yeah, I will move up here and I'll raid. Oh wait, no. No, I can't rage because I'm casting a spell. I won't rage. Never mind.
Gotcha.
It's the end of my turn.
All right. With that, we will move over to Zelthar.
Okay. Could I, for my action, make like a perception check to see?
Yeah, no, you can certainly make.
Where?
You can take a search action.
Okay.
Yeah, go
So
ahead
just
and
roll
make.
perception.
Yeah, go make your perception check. Of course.
Okay. Oh no.
Is you got
Oh, it goes.
anything to throw on that? Like um let me think. I'm trying to help you out
I don't
here,
have
man.
bad luck or anything.
You guys, come on. We're working. We're thinking here. We're thinking here. You know, here's what. This feels like a compromise. If you want to use one of your primeval awarenesses, I can let you make this roll with advantage because you know this is a
Okay,
supernatural creature.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll again. If you're the ranger, you got to find things.
Oh god.
Zelthar, regaining your sort of senses if you just find yourself in a slightly disorienting situation. The alertness is in the air. You feel this uneasy presence that emanates throughout almost the entirety of the chamber, to the point where it's hard to pinpoint a particular spot where the source of this could be. You have an uneasy feeling, of course, about the blood that's pooling in this room, and the more that's beginning to pour into this place because all the blood that was pooled in the bottom of the ship is now making its way down up here. But you are able to immediately detect where the hell this thing is. We still have a bonus action if you'd like to do anything on that end.
Right.
And you can move as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I kind of want to stay close though. Stay close-ish. Okay, I'll move like around here, and then I'm out of 4th level spell slot, so I can't cast that one.
Did you want to move into the room? Is that what you're saying, or did you want to stay only like the outside?
I like the outside
Okay.
area. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay. And Taryn, coming over to you.
Oh boy. I would like. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know that I'd be able to use investigation here to try and figure out where this thing is.
You could if you'd like to try. If you want to spend your action to do so, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do so. Also, while saying like, what if we just locked the door on our way out and left this thing here? And I will investigate. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh wait, 17. Okay, you have reliable talent.
I do, but still, oh my god. What is with all the terrible rolls this evening?
Taryn, you don't see anything, and you don't feel any immediate presence in the room or this area. But very faintly, you hear a noise. There's a sort of a hair on the back of your neck rises. And it's one that was familiar to you just a few moments ago. The sound of the hatch opening on the airlock for this area.
I want to whip around and say, it's leaving. We need to get out now. And I would like to use all of my movement.
Bonus action, regular movement, so that's 60 feet?
To book it.
As you make your way rushing down the stairway, you have, within that 60 feet, you're so very capable of doing this. You look and you see the creature is sort of like there, like he's like kind of like standing above the hatch, like he's like half stepping in. And as his eyes look towards you, Taryn, it's so strange. Because this is a horrific looking creature. This terrible, inhuman looking thing. But it looks so strangely afraid. And you're going to be coming down the stairs, and it's going to be about like 15 feet away from you until where that actual hatch is. How close are you actually getting to the creature? Are you trying to like physically stop it, like getting in its way or anything, or are you just like standing at the bottom of the stairs as you observe it?
Oh gosh. I'm not still on the ceiling, am I? Am I on the floor?
Oh wait, fuck that's I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because you would have had to climb the stairs.
How big is the, like...
You still would have been able to do it. I'm just like...
Yeah, how big is the range of this of reverse gravity is what I guess what I'm
50
asking.
foot radius.
It encompasses this entire vertical span of this area. It's like 100-foot tall.
Okay. Because I was just saying, because if it comes to a point where like I could just jump down to the floor, then. But
yeah, it would kind of be a bad spell.
But that's as you sort of like climb over, I guess, the ledge, pulling yourself up the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Then I guess this thing would be technically just below the hatch, not actually in it yet.
Okay. So how close can I get it during the reverse?
You could walk. You could get directly next to it if you wanted to. You have the movement for that.
I will get about 15 feet away from it, and just be like, wait. Like reach out a hand, just like wait.
Wait, they're gonna kill me. I'm not dying again.
They're my friends. I could talk to them.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh my lord.
Oh.
You're just gonna look at you.
I mean, we did say we were going to destroy him, so.
I don't think I've rolled above a 3 tonight. So far.
He's just gonna look at you and just gonna say, "I'm sorry, but I've seen this one before," and you can tell it's on its turn. It's leaving, or it's getting in there to get the fuck out.
Yeah, but where is it going the fuck to?
The ocean.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, can I still use the remainder of my movement to get it right up next to it?
Yes, you can.
Stop it. I will do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna regret this so much.
As you end your turn within 10 feet of it, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Taryn is super great at those, and I'm rolling so well tonight.
Eight. Taryn, you are charmed by this creature. And you will do whatever actions you deem necessary to defend its life. Irrespective of others.
Okay.
Jugun, it's your turn. As you see Taryn rush up, climbing like almost like spider monkey like up towards the bottom top of the ship.
You muted.
Where's the creature's token?
Oh, let me.
Yeah, I was wanting that too.
The map is here for formalities mostly. It's within less than 40 feet of all of you.
I don't know if I can really stop it. But no, I'll walk up to it as well.
So you have to climb up to it. Remember.
I'll climb up to it as well.
All right. So this will be, in your case, difficult terrain, because Taryn had 60 feet of movement, which is why she was able to get all the way up there.
Isn't there a point where we can just say, Kalis, can you drop the concentration number?
Yeah, you could. And also, Jungam, you are prone, because you did get knocked over when the gravity hit.
Fine, I'm not going to do anything. I'll stand where I am, and I will cast... Secret Flame. I haven't used that one in a while.
You can't see it. It's on a separate level.
Oh, was it not? I thought it was like underneath. Okay. I apologize. Then I'll just use my move to get up and then walk towards it.
Okay.
And I'll probably...
Would you like to dash to try and get up to that floor itself? Or do you just want to do your regular movement?
We'll dash, yeah.
Okay. So as you sort of also make your way on up over there, you see this creature getting ready to exit, but you also see Taryn standing directly next to it. You see her both daggers out. And it's like, is Taryn taking like a hostile stance upon like being charmed? Like, is she like expecting like that this is going to be a fight? Like, what does that look like in her head? Because the only other distinguishing factor to know that something's wrong is that Taryn's eyes are just like crimson red.
Like, would I get the sense from the creature that it feels threatened?
Yes.
Yeah, it would be a defensive stance then, yeah.
Hey, Tyrion.
Don't come any closer.
Okay.
Glad we figured that out.
I'll go ahead and end my turn.
It's just another day with Terry.
Gotcha. Then we'll come back over to Sparks.
I'm gonna ask Kalis to drop the concentration because it's not helping anyone. Well, it's only hindering us.
Do you need me to drop the concentration?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Can we not get out of here otherwise?
It's difficult terrain getting through the space because you're going the opposite direction. You're going up. Gravity's reversed.
You're
Well,
just out of character. You're specifically providing difficult terrain to everyone but the creature that we want to affect. So
if it's difficult terrain, I'll drop the spell. But we're at this boom.
All right. Everything is turned upside down once more. Can I have folks make...
It doesn't say it turns everything into difficult terrain in the description.
It's because you are climbing up stairs that are upside down. It doesn't...
Oh, the stairs are difficult terrain. Oh, okay.
Feel free to make me dex check, folks.
What is my DC with it? Oh, I guess
18.
It's not the spell DC.
it's just
18 is for
your
the
gun that
spell
goes
DC.
from
This Jugum...
floor to floor.
No, the thing will fall too.
If anything, that makes it worse.
You don't take any damage because it was a negligible fall. You're just knocked back
So
prone.
is this against the spell DC or is this against a different DC?
Technically, it shouldn't be
At
against
this
the
point,
spell
the
DC.
ended.
However, the spell is over. This is more just a general dex check to land on your feet. However, a 7 is still a failure.
All right,
So the
let's
DC is like
try.
12 space somewhere around
Yes,
there?
it'd be DC 12, yes.
Okay.
But, Sparks, you flipping back over, landing on your feet. Hear some of the commotion going down below. What are you doing?
I'm a run down till I can see the creature.
Yep, you see Taryn aside him.
And I'm like, oh no, she's lost it.
Again.
And I'm going to see if this thing is bad at int saves. And cast Random Psychic Lance and give it disadvantage because I'd like it to roll a flat roll. Please, thank you.
This is intelligence.
Yes. Gonna run through all those mental saves, see what it's got.
And just gonna Rhythm Cycling gives the incapacitated condition, right?
Yar.
Okay.
Oh my god, it failed. A miracle.
It does indeed fail that save.
22 points of psychic damage. And some incapacitation.
Alright, yeah, it is incapacitated for this round.
Nice. I will once again get my reroll back.
This round or in of Sparks' next round?
Or to the end of Sparks'
Until
next.
my next round.
Okay, just making sure.
First one doesn't help me. Second one is... Ooh, I will take the second one. A spectral shield hovers near me for the next minute, granting me +2 bonus to my AC and immunity to magic missile.
Alrighty. But with that, it is incapacitated on this turn, and we'll go over to Kalis.
Do I need to move my token, or...?
No, it's fine.
Gotcha.
We're playing pretend. We can play pretend while doing it.
It was just
So, movement doesn't...
You can get down there within your... Yes, you can get down there with your normal movement.
But there's no, like, actual position for this guy.
No, it's just stationed by where the exit is with Terran standing next to it. Sparks at the bottom of the stairs is about 15 feet from it.
Well, what I would want to do would be to move within 5 feet of both Terran and Orb Man. Blob Man.
Flashback.
Yeah. And then I will... Dang darn it. Okay. And then I will just attack it.
Okay. And make me an attack roll.
I'll go reckless. For a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Cool. And I'm gonna have him make a saving throw against my DC.
And let's see, that's 23 points of damage on that first attack. Just 1 second. And this is a Constitution saving throw. Okay. That's a 31.
Okay.
Pretty good.
So it takes that amount as lightning damage. Nothing else happens.
Okay. And I also need you to make me a con save on that attack.
Okay. It's a natural 20.
Ooh.
There are no immediate ill effects. As you hit it, you feel this sort of like almost like burning sensation within like your own body, but nothing to do any sustaining damage.
There are no immediate ill effects. Okay. We'll try that again. Can I move to the opposite side of him?
Yes. And as you do so, Taryn, you can make an opportunity attack.
I sure will.
Oh, I didn't know. I was going to provoke an opportunity attack. Whatever.
Yeah. I'll just use the regular
Now
+1
we
dagger.
know she's bad.
We don't know that for sure. We don't actually got attacked by her.
Sure.
I mean, she just
What
stabbed
do you-
Kayla, so now we know
Does
she's
a
bad.
27 hit you, Kalis?
Yeah.
And you have an ally within 5 feet, so you do also get sneak attack.
Okay.
He's incapacitated.
Oh, nope, actually, that is true. That is true.
So no sneak attack?
No sneak attack.
Okay. So it's just 9 then.
I will take 9 damage.
Stay back, Kalis.
No. I'm gonna circle around this guy. And I'm gonna attack again. Well, I'm gonna attack not group webmaster, but with reckless still, of course. So that's a 1 and a 9 for a 21 to hit.
21 will still hit.
Make me a contested athletics or acrobatics as I'm going to try and force him back with the blow, with the impact of the blow.
Gotcha.
Force
Force
him
him ba-
towards our group.
Athletics.
Oh, I have advantage on this because I'm raging, of course. Wait, am I raging?
You
No.
did not rage, no.
Well, I'm going to rage, and it's the same roll. It doesn't matter. I rage as my bonus action. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he doesn't beat that. Right, on athletics.
Well, what does he get? Because it's proportional.
Their total is a 15. Well, they're technically because they could have.
Okay, so if they got a 15, they would be pushed 10 feet back towards the group.
Oh, so you're hitting them back toward. Okay, gotcha.
That's why I circled around. And then I'll just roll.
And make me another.
rage.
Yeah, make me another con save.
Of course, yes, that's a good reminder. It is 16.
That's a failure.
That sounds about right.
And that 16. Oh wait, that's your wild magic. Oh, it was also 16 damage. You will take 8 points of. What's the damage type? 1 second. 8 points of necrotic damage. As you strike it, you feel this essence begin to reverberate in your own self. Is it sort of burning sensation? You see this sort of blackened marks appear around like your shoulder where you had just struck this creature.
And are there any other ill effects?
No?
Okay, well then the rage effect, because I rolled the 8 on the die twice, I choose the entangling vines in a 15-foot radius that turn the ground in that radius to difficult terrain for enemies.
Gotcha.
That's my turn.
Alrighty, with that, move over to Zelthar. As you all hear all that shit happening below.
So I didn't see Terran stab Kalis, or
Correct, you would not have seen that.
oh my gosh, okay.
So what? Sorry, what happens to enemies one more time? Because I'm technically hostile.
Difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I want to rush towards the noise as quickly as possible. I'm gonna start there.
Gotcha. And as you rush down the stairs, you see that sort of sight before you. The creature is currently actually standing right next to like Jung-un. So it'd be like Sparks is there, and then Jung-un, and then the creature, and you're on the far end at the top of the staircase. That's the sight that you see immediately.
Okay. Immediately when I'm top of the staircase, I'm gonna fire 2 arrows at the creature.
Go for it.
Actually, I should Hunter's Mark first. If I can find it.
Oh yeah, by all means.
I'm gonna cast that, and then I'll fire 2 shots. Oh my
Natural
god.
20 will hit.
I deserve it. For all the bad rolls I did earlier.
And 25, that'll
This-
also hit.
This one's a crit, and then this one's the regular. I'm gonna roll 2d6.
Let's just roll 3 every time so we can juice Selfar's attack rolls.
Yeah, and go ahead and make me 2 Constitution saving throws.
Gotcha. Uh-oh.
Uh, 21 succeeds, a 12 does not. So what's that total? 15. You're going to take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, wow.
As the first arrow strikes this creature, and you feel this pain begin to shoot up your arm. But as you knock the second arrow and it's released, driving into the chest of the creature, as it's sort of like half like kneeled on the ground, like dazed from the magical effects of Sparks' lance, you feel this sharp pain shoot across your chest. But with that, nothing major outside of that. That's your action, bonus action, movement.
Yeah.
That is Zelfar for this turn, and we're going to go over
Sorry to
to.
interrupt, but is
there.
there a way to get the cameras to broadcast?
Yeah, it's because I got a lot of shit open. So I'm switching between a lot of stuff. It is.
Oh, right,
It's
right.
a limitation of the amount of monitors I have. But Taryn, it is your turn.
Okay.
And
If,
your main
Kalis-
goal is to help this creature escape in whatever way
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So Kalis is closest to it, right?
Yes. Well, no, Kalis is
Um,
not closest to it. Junglin is closest to it. Kalis had knocked it
Okay.
away from him. Because he knocked it back towards everyone else.
Okay.
I'm 10 feet from it, and then everyone else is some distance.
So Kalis is closer to the hatch.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm basically right next to you.
And my main goal is to try and help it escape. Right? Or just protect it.
Protect it. One of the you are protective of this creature, and you know it wants to
Okay.
leave. Whatever you deem a higher priority, whether it's more likely to get this thing out, or whether it's more likely to fight your way out. Ugh, that was the worst Chick-fil-A fry I've had in my life. It fucking tastes like chemicals.
Oh no. Let me insert myself between it and Kalis. Like, kind of like as a barrier between them. 'Cause I feel like it's going to. How close is it to Jugun? Is it within
5 feet.
reach?
It's
5
within,
feet?
within 5 feet of Jungan.
I still am going to insert myself between itself and Kalis because I know Kalis can pack a lot of damage into his swings. So I'm going to like stand between this creature and Kalis and shout at my party members like, don't touch it, let it escape. And then I will
You got options. You got stuff you can do here. Haven't you ever just looked at Kalis and you're like, wow, I could just really fucking lay into that guy at some point, you know?
He just
I
has to
don't-
die.
I don't have any advantages on him though, so it would still just it would be like last time.
You can steady aim.
Oh, that is true.
You
That's
you
a
can get
bonus
advantage.
action?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you got? You can get your advantage at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that because Kayla's did a lot of damage to it last time, and just like I don't want to hurt anybody, but we cannot. We need to let it go. Let it go. And then I will steady aim, and then am I within 5 feet of Kalis?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. No, I think I haven't rested since. Okay, so let me just use this dagger again. To stab him. Advantage. Whoa.
Are you throwing it at me or just like melee attacking?
It's in
Melee
melee
attacking,
range.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh, so, well, natural 20.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
No, but Zelfar though. Give those to Zelfar.
Then sneak attack. The sneak attack is also critical too. So is that a doubling of the dice, or is that?
Yeah, that's so 7 times 6. 7 times 6. What's that? 42?
Yeah.
Yep.
So 42 plus 21, 63. 63 plus the dagger, 76.
Yeah.
So that'd be 76 points of piercing damage to Kayla's halved. Because you are raging. As Taryn gives you one final warning, and all of a sudden there is this burning sensation as you see that she has taken one of the daggers that you've been quite familiar with and started to drive it right up to where your sternum is. That's your
And
action.
then. Yeah. So for my
And
bonus,
a bonus action for steady aim.
You said aim bonus action.
Yeah. 20, yep. And then that's all I got. Because I don't have haste activated.
Yeah, and make me a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Okay. I think that's it of my turn, because I don't want to move from where I am, so...
Yeah.
What? Why is it advantage? Doesn't matter?
Yeah, it didn't matter.
At all.
Clearly, yeah.
Roll a 4 and a 5.
Yeah, I don't know why it's... Interesting.
But
Alright, oops.
with that, you are still charmed by this creature, and we're gonna move over to Jungun. You're muted.
Hey guys, I don't think Taryn wants to hurt this creature.
You think?
I think we should accept her will.
What? That's
Are you
crazy.
charmed? Are you charmed too?
That's a crazy way to say that.
You perhaps, I don't know. I feel
Let
like
us submit to her obedience.
Submit to my will, everybody.
I don't think he did anything wrong. He didn't say he did anything wrong. I think he's
I
fine.
don't know. I feel like it's fairly obvious by the way that her eyes are, a sheen of red that she might be under its control.
Give me 1 second. I apologize.
Ruh-roh. He's got a business call.
Well, he's got a second. How do I turn off advantage on my rolls? Because I don't know why it's doing that.
Have it giving you advantage on all your rolls?
Well, I rolled 2 dice before. Yeah. When I did the wisdom saving throw, I don't have advantage on that. I'm not sure why I did that.
It's rolling normally from the sheet. Nah.
Maybe
Well,
it's something
misclick?
you messed with within the dice section, and it just, when you
It's
changed it to purple.
Weird.
No, that doesn't affect the
No.
actual dice rolls. It's just visual.
Yeah.
You might have just misclicked advantage when you would roll the die. That's what I assume would be the case. You don't have anything on your sheet that would
Yeah.
do
I
anything like
only
that.
clicked advantage for the attack, so that's weird.
Yeah.
But if it's working now, I'm not going to question it.
Okay, but sorry about that. For my turn, I would like to walk into Taryn.
Okay.
Cast Great Restoration.
Greater Restoration, the effects of the charm is immediately ended.
oh. And like her eyes like blink a couple times and like kind of like look at the floor and then look at Michaelis and like blanch a little bit and go, "I'm
Like your
so
dagger
sorry."
is like dripping in like my flank. I'm like,
Yeah, it's just like, I am so sorry.
I feel sort of a stabbing pain.
That's
Sort
because
of it's sort of a stabbing pain.
it's because I stabbed you.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you could, you know, take that out, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I believe that's my
Look, it'll
turn.
be fine. I'll be fine.
Okay. So that is your turn. We'll go back over to Sparks. You got at the end of this round, the creature is no longer incapacitated.
Hey, buddy. Go back to sleep.
You can do it again.
Yeah. Another flat roll, please. Thank you.
Yeah, yep. And I already forgot. What is this? This is intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Wrong number, +4.
I like that we all like took a look at this guy and we were just like,
I did not say that. I said I think he was fine.
18.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
that's
he
true.
fails. I thought he was fine right up. Well, I thought he was a bit weird, but you know, okay. Right up until I was told, you know, God of Murder, and then I was like, nah.
It doesn't define to him though. Come on.
Let me check something
He
real
kind of does.
This guy doesn't define him. Well, he's a muscle monster with it's just muscle.
He's only devoted himself to the God of Murder. He's only had to go through trials for the God of Murder to get this power.
You
I'm
have
sure that doesn't make
no
sense,
idea
right?
about
Yeah.
any of that, though.
I'm just saying that's a funny way.
No,
to
but I
He
presume
did
because I had to
die.
do it for Mistra, you know.
Yeah,
I don't,
know that he.
you know.
Yeah, I know that he died already because he didn't want to die again. So he's already been through that.
All right. The creature is incapacitated. And go and roll damage.
Ooh.
Gotta say.
$30 points. Alrighty. Where'd that pen go? There it is. And that is your action. You got any bonus action?
No, that's it. I haven't had to roll anything with my Tides of Chaos, so I can't recharge it, unfortunately. But I will see if I normal explode. Yeah, no. I haven't clicked anyone this fight, but it turns out that I'm gonna roll through everyone.
We'll figure that out another day.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, that's my go. That's all I got.
Alrighty. And we're gonna just loop around, do the exact same thing. Oh, that's interesting. I made a miscalculation. There's one thing I forgot about. You can still move while incapacitated. I thought you couldn't do that. You just can't take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. Alrighty. Kalis, you can get a sentinel attack as it's going to start stumbling towards you.
Sounds good to me. That should hit and immobilize them again. Only 14 damage.
Go ahead and roll me another con save.
Oh, right. Yeah, me. Yeah. I always forget that.
I shouldn't be rolling these con saves, right? Because it's spells, not physical hits.
Correct.
Or should I? Cool. Just need to make sure.
That's a pass, nothing to worry about. The creature is stopped in its place, and you deal 14 points of damage to it. As it moves 5 feet forward, it's the end of its turn. Kalis, take yours.
I am going to, well, yeah. Let's see how this goes. I'll reckless attack with the penalty. So that's 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
And once more.
19 will also hit.
Okay. And on one of these. What, a 0? Oh, that's a 10. Duh. And well, on one of these, I'll have him make a con save.
Sure.
And add. It doesn't affect the damage, but he also takes that much damage. One more damage additionally.
Passes the con save.
Yeah, definitely. And then I'll also have him make the contested athletics or acrobatics to push him back.
Oh, that's missing 4. Well, still will not succeed.
Yeah, so it does nothing really happens there.
So make me 2 con saves, and let me figure out that total damage. That's what? 61 total?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
60, well, technically 62, but it hardly matters.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a 16 is the lowest con save. I imagine that fails.
16 does fail, so you do take 14 points of necrotic damage. And Kalis, as you rear Gnarlheart back, slamming it onto this creature, you watch as it hits the wall and just splatters. You see muscle and sinew sort of covering that area in like the vague silhouette where the creature sort of was, and it kind of just, the whole form kind of just goes limp against the side of the wall.
For some reason this just occurred to me, but I imagine this whole battle looks sick because like I kind of just shook the paint can while we were all inside of it at the start, and also we've been fighting and like
the walls are
this
absolutely
guy,
covered,
and like I'm getting this like splash damage, so I imagine his blood's getting on me. So I imagine
Also
we all
your
look
own.
just psychotic right now.
Yeah. Also your own blood is all over you. From me, sorry.
It's just sort of like a bit of a, you know, like in movies when someone's shirt gets stained from like an abdominal wound. It's like that, but with my fur.
Yeah.
A bit on the side, but it's not like you stabbed me in the lung or anything.
It wasn't that deep. That time.
No, it's fine. It's just a nondescript abdominal wound that'll probably take care of itself. D&D, baby.
Just walk it off. You'll be fine.
But with that, that is your action for this turn. Anything else you got?
Yeah. No, that's all I can. Does it seem the same as when he transported before?
No, because there's still like a figure, like this muscle and sinew, sort of like covering that like whole area. It doesn't seem to like completely dissolve like it did when it first disappeared.
I guess I'll just stand and watch it. That's all.
And as there is that sound of the heavy thud as it hits the metal siding of the ship, Zelthar, you see the form of the creature get knocked back. And just to be clear, if you want to get full line of sight of it, it's at kind of a point where you would have to go down the stairs because it's against a wall. But you hear no noise outside of the slow dripping of blood down the stairs and your own breathing, or the breathing of you all. The creature seems to be unmoving.
Shit, that is creepy. So as I go downstairs, I'm like shifting my aim between from Terran to the creature, and I'm gonna fire 2 arrows towards that creature again.
Okay. Go make me 2 attack rolls.
There we go. 18
Certainly hits.
and 27.
Go ahead and roll damage. Do you have a particular spot you're aiming at as you're sort of like, what's like effectively kind of like double tapping this thing?
The 2 eyeballs.
Oh,
Well, lack of thereof. Really, but
so Zelthar, not having the full awareness of the situation, but as you see the creature move, immediately you slide down the stairs, and sort of in a moment, as you sort of turn to see it slumped against the wall, these 2 arrows are let loose into its head. And you will notice that 1, it doesn't seem to physically react to being struck by the arrows, and 2, despite your proximity, it doesn't seem to have any ill effect on you, the attacks this time. Anything else you'd like to do?
that's creepy. I'll have my turn. I guess that's all I can do.
All right. Aaron, you're back to your senses. And you guys can tell me when you feel like you're out of combat.
How close is this thing slumped against the wall to me?
About 10 feet. There's a way...
With...
Yeah. No, understand the way because it would have walked back kind of like to where you were, and then Kalis would have hit it against the wall.
Right. I just wasn't sure how far away the wall was. With as familiar with death and killing things as I am, given my line of work and my past and all that kind of stuff, would I be able to take to look at it, investigate it, or whatever, and determine if it's dead? Or if I think it's dead?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Oh boy. I'm not great at that. Can you roll over? I swear. Okay.
You good, V8?
Sure.
17.
I love her so much.
Come on, puppy. It's okay. Come here. She's got to work it out. And she's got to stretch while coughing and fall.
Just puppy things.
But, as you take a moment, slowly moving closer to the creature to examine it, you notice that it is completely unmoving in a sense where, like, it doesn't seem to be breathing. You notice that it had done that before. Now, given you notice it didn't really have a fucking nose, so that's in its own thing. You notice it seems to have no reactions to anything that's happening around it. For all intents and purposes, you look at this creature and you feel like it's dead.
It looks dead to me, guys. Did we get it? And I looked to Sparks because I heard him. Would he have said that you're like me? Or no?
No, I just said that it was blessed by murder.
Oh, blessed by murder. And I looked to Sparks because he said that. Like, blessed by murder. Can it still be murdered? It said that it had. They said that they had died before. That they didn't want to die again.
Do I sense anything with either my arcane capacity or see anything with my special eyes?
True sight wise, no, you don't see anything in particular. But you're also more than welcome to try and give me. Are you trying to like discern like what the hell happened to this creature? Like, is it actually like Is there a particular thing you're trying to find out about it, or just like a general look over? What the fuck this thing?
Well, I mean, I whack out a detect magic for certain,
Are
but
we out of
I would
combat?
like to be able to. Well, I mean, first of all, I guess kind of like, you know, for certain, make sure this thing is not living, but or you know, going to come back to life, and you know, if I can ascertain that is the case, I would like to work out what it is.
Gotcha. But to establish, or real quick, Jungum asked a big question: are you guys out of combat?
I'm
I
still
don't
at the
like that
ready.
question.
Yeah, I still feel at the ready because I don't trust this thing.
I would like to do that in a turn, I guess, while I'm in initiative.
Okay.
Question mark.
So if that's the case, we're going to take care of Jungun's thing first.
I'll
You
be
guys-
on guard, so
Okay.
we're not like surprised. But I'm personally satisfied with what's happened.
I feel like Juggin's been charmed by it without us realizing.
Well, on my turn, I like to go up to it and start praying the fire that has a great cycle.
Okay. You're perfectly able to do so. Are there
Make
any
it-
like spells or anything you're casting and incorporating as part of that, or just regular prayer?
Regular player, it's fine.
Okay. And then Sparks, we roll around you. Go ahead and make me your Arcana check, and you do have your detect magic as well. Yeah.
Okay, so as before, I'll use the tiles to get advantage on the.
Don't eat this.
Oh, did you look at that?
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Nice.
I live to understand this creature in certain terms.
Huh.
You know what? $26 total. Got a little detect magic
Now,
action up.
Natural 20. If that makes any difference.
Oh, no, it does. I'm making a decision right now.
Okay.
So, as you lay your eyes upon this creature, looking at its flesh and looking at it almost in like a spectral sense, examining this divine essence that has some comparisons with your own, you're able to clearly tell that the body of this creature is dead. It has ceased. However,
Yeah.
don't stop. You can't read.
Sensed the however in there.
The divine essence of this creature, though, has not fully departed from it. But you can see it almost like slowly beginning to be pulled away. And where it is drawn towards, oh man, let me fix that. You feel as if it's being drawn towards Kalis.
Drawn towards Kalis as in it's going to inhabit Kalis's body, question mark, or something else?
That's a good descriptor. But almost as if, like, it's almost like you're seeing into the ethereal. This, like, aura begin to generate around the feet of Kalis after slaying this creature.
So I can tell that the being that it is very much like a spirit as opposed to, like a physical thing.
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. What a swell thing to learn. One moment. need to check some spells that I own. Okay, that's not a wizard spell. Can I tell? Is it like cursed, this creature, or is it? Does it give off that vibe?
You know, on that natural 20, what I will tell you, it seems to be cursed.
Okay.
Well,
and
what
the
you have.
greater risk-
Oh, go ahead.
Would I know any ability to remove the curse from it? I guess is what I'm. Because I mean, my immediate thought was right. You know, I obviously warned Kalis away from it, but I'd rather release the soul back to, you know, its resting place as opposed to it being constantly brought back. So that sounds awful.
I will say from. Get the fuck back. I'm busy. You, I would say with the 20, you understand that whatever it would take to separate this creature from whatever this curse brought on by Hackett is, would be something in equivalent to something being able to separate the blessing that you have from Mishra. And that is something that is a requirement that you could not meet yourself. That would have to have Mishra directly involved, or Hackett directly involved, or some other aspect in that capacity.
I know I don't have a direct. Okay, I know I'm not a cleric, so I know I don't have the weird divine intervention, but I don't know the, you know, the step of the power that I have access to, so I guess I'll ask Mistra if she'll give me the power to set the soul free.
Make a persuasion check.
Wish I hadn't used the advantage for thingy. Okay. That one. Okay, that's pretty good, I guess.
You need to chill the fuck out, miss. Chill. Uh, 25?
Mm-hmm.
Great. That was the DC.
That's what we take.
Nice.
That's crazy. So you mean I just talk to my god and make stuff happen like that?
Well, here's the thing. Nothing's gonna happen like that. What you will hear, sort of reach into your mind, Sparks, is Mistress saying that she has, what's it called? Her authority as a god has nothing to do with the realm of Dinas. She doesn't. There's simply put not a thing she can do.
Are you sure you meant Denas or did you mean Hackett?
I know exactly what I said.
What the fuck?
I love every campaign. Fucking
Oh my god.
cool. Cool. Nice. God of Lies. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I don't know what to do with that information. A little bit stunned.
Yeah.
Give me a sec to process. Hmm. Well, I guess. Uh, uh, okay. Sorry, Elijah. You know, I don't really know what to do next. There's not a lot we can do against this creature. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say, do you think that I am more or less likely, or would I be able to tell if I'm more or less likely be able to banish this thing back to where it came from in this form?
In this form, you would know that it'd be very, very unlikely because you're not banishing a thing. You're trying to. It's like trying to banish air, or like banish water. You're not.
Well, we can't. We can't break. We can't break the binding on the creature. Tried that. Can't. I obviously don't want it to possess Kalis because that's equally bad.
And as you guys are sort of standing in this room with a lot of information to take in, you suddenly
We're still
hear
order. It has
little.
been 6 seconds.
What's up?
We're still in turn order.
Just checking a spell real quick in the hopes that I could use this.
But yeah, I will say you guys do hear a voice popping into your heads. Familiar one, it is on, just going, is anyone dead?
Okay, I have an idea. Ooh, it's a charisma saving throw, so it's probably not gonna be very successful anyway, but you said it was a celestial, right?
Yeah. A celestial energy to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, think on it for a moment. We're gonna come back around to you.
I will.
We're gonna go.
Answer to Zahn.
I have a spell.
Listen, we'll come back.
Use.
Kalis, is there any way you'd like to interact with this creature as you're seeing all this happen? Because you can't directly see what Sparks was talking about, but he did mention like something from within the creature seemed to be like siphoning towards you.
But in like physical space, it's just the exact same as when I struck it last?
Yes. It seems that Sparks is talking about something you cannot see.
I would specifically say, like, it's in the ethereal plane and it's coming towards you. That would probably be the best way that I could have to describe it.
Oh, so you're not seeing its essence, you're just seeing it on another plane, because you see ethereal plane simultaneously.
Yes. Because ghost.
What would I do? What could I do?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm just asking.
Loot the ship.
Okay. I have an idea.
Hit me with it.
I have to read a spell. Real quick. So plane shift doesn't work on enemies. It has to be a willing creature.
It is not.
You can plane shift enemies.
No, the spell says willing creatures.
That might be the 2024 version, but you can make an attack roll against somebody to have them make a charisma throw to be plane shifted.
Oh, okay. So there's like a whole other. Okay. I'm going to take out the cubic gate. Damn it. Where does it go? Take out the cubic gate. Turn to the limbo side. Click the limbo side of the cube twice, and cast plane shift on the remains of Buddy.
Oh, you can certainly do that.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to put him in limbo. I'll put him in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, that's fucking.
That seems fair.
It's like, hey,
I won't put him in
It's like
limbo
a-
because that's nice. I'll put him in a worse place.
No, we've been to limbo. That place sucks.
And as you do so, you all watch as the corpse disappears from sight.
Do I still see the spirity thing?
You see that there is still like this essence that lingers, but there's not like a large like collection of it like there was before.
Okay.
Is he still there, Sparks?
There's less of it.
I look at my shadow and go,
All right, but as that thing is dismissed, you guys have free reign of the ship. We're gonna take a quick 5 minutes just because I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. we're doing it. Hey, folks, we're back. We came back. Who would have thought? But as we're picking things back up, Kalis has just banished or not banished, but plane shifted the creature off to limbo. And as the physical form of this thing has been gone, much of the spiritual essence that was along with it has started to disappear as well. With that, you guys have open reign on the ship, and still the sort of design in the back of your head is going off the quiet.
We're okay.
Oh my god.
Damn, you should have said we're all dead, and we're the ghosts. It could have been so funny.
Sorry.
But Sparks, then he might worry about us. We told him we were dead.
Kids, did you banish the thing to Limbo or to the Shadowfell?
Oh, the Shadowfell.
Okay.
Who does Shadowfell?
It spoke.
I mean, might as well just have all our aunties in one place.
Now,
just collect them there.
as we sit for a moment to collect our thoughts on what just happened, Sparks, something's gonna pop into your head.
Okay.
You remember what happened when you plane shifted the Dreadmaw?
Oh no.
That's all.
I'm gonna say it's not gone.
Yes, that had occurred to me as well, but at least it's not here. So
well,
I mean, it was trying to get away in the first place, so
Yeah.
it being free is probably not the best.
I was going to
thing.
suggest, since we incapacitate, at least killed the body, at least it looks to me, that maybe we seal it up back in here and then leave.
Too late for that.
well, I mean, we destroyed it as best we really could.
I'm just gonna. Did you
Don't know
guys
what
find
else
anything
we
cool?
could do to it.
Define cool.
I don't know, like gold.
Nope.
We found a being that is the avatar of Hackett, but cursed by Dennis,
I'm sorry,
and that is now free on the world.
I'm sorry, you're not coming through. You found a bean that was a hatchet.
No. Yeah, you're aware of the gods, yes.
There's a god named Bean?
No, Hackett. There's a god named Hackett. I'm sure you're aware.
Oh, he's saying Hackett. Hackett. Oh, yes. I've read about that one.
Yes.
I tap the earrings
Like
like a mic boom feedback noise.
Ow,
Avatar of that, cursed by Dennis, free on the world.
Avatar?
It's the best word that I have for it. I presume I was never told the title, so I've just been calling myself an avatar. If anyone would like to correct me, by all means.
Why would Dennis curse an avatar of another god?
Maybe it wronged him.
Kalis, is there any way for you to like?
Well, everyone's talking. Can I explore this ship?
Yeah, by all means.
What was your question?
Kalis, is there a way for you to like unbanish something? Like bring it back? Maybe we can seal it in that room again. Leave it.
I think it's gone. I'm not. I don't think magic works.
If
At
it were
least not for
banishment,
me.
we could. But it's plane shift, so it's a different spell. So it's not coming back. Well, it is, but like not here.
All right. They seem to function very similarly to me, but I'll trust your word on it. You guys do the magic.
It's just the cube did it. Do you want the cube?
No. You can hang on to that.
You can always
It
follow
has
it.
buttons.
You can always follow it to
It has
wherever it went.
buttons. See, I press a random button on the cube.
What are you doing?
We don't really have, I mean, John, do you know a way to successfully, uncurse something cursed by Dennis?
Wait, Dennis. Oh. Denas.
Yes. Yes, Dennis the Menace.
I'm sorry. It sounded like you were saying Dennis. I'm trying this. There's feedback.
I feel my
Dennis
pain
the Menace.
as someone that's been running Dennis in my campaigns. They have lovingly referred to him in that manner. So you can be cursed with this knowledge too.
Brain. What the fuck was I even talking about?
I was asking if Zahn knew how to uncurse someone.
Oh, by like
by Dennis.
a god? That no, not really. That sounds a little
Strange.
tricky.
Yeah.
I'm just realizing I did the plane shift spell slightly wrong. Apparently, you have to make a melee spell attack and hit the creature, and then they have to make a saving throw if you hit.
You were making an attack against a corpse, which is why I didn't roll for it.
You know, that's true. I probably wouldn't. Thank you for makes me feel better. I could probably hit a corpse. I could probably take that guy. Dead body.
I can take him.
What's in this room right here that I'm in right now?
So, as you make your way, are you going to? So, how this place is stationed now? On the bottom floor, you guys were at was like the whole like cargo area. There was some crates of like perishable food, things like that. The second level, and I'm assuming this is where you're going up to like that mid level, where Sparks entered from. Yeah, I can't hear you.
I was gonna put it on this level first, and then work my way up. Yeah.
So this lower level seems to be just a cargo hold, crates, boxes, and the like, things like that. And if you'd like to, as you sort of scan through, feel free to give me an investigation check as you're sort of going through all the shit down in here.
$14.
14. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I just got very, very excited about something. As you're going through the various crates down in here, you don't. It seems to be pretty bog standard cargo that you would be having for a long voyage or anything like that. However, there is one thing amongst here that does stand out to you quite significantly. And that is that one of these crates is just absolutely filled to the brim with mithril, like ingots of mithril.
That's pretty cool. I'll have to put it into my bag of holding.
Yeah, it's about a 4x4 crate. It'd be a little tough, but it's because your bag of holding can hold. We'll say you can get it onto there one way or
I have
another.
like 3 bags of holdings, by the way.
You got a lot of bones in there, though. You know, they get. You
Yeah,
don't want to.
well,
It's
for
kind of.
bones-
You don't want to crowd them. It'd be kind of fucked up.
We just had to make a little like 2x4 chute and just like have all the ingots slide down.
Oh, so
into
the porthole can it hang out with?
What did you just say? Can the what hang out with Lilith?
The crate.
The crate, yeah, you can toss the crate in there with Lilith, sure. Even though they're cumulatively overweight over the weight capacity, it's sure.
Funny.
That seems to be the most interesting thing of note you at least find down in this area.
How much is it? Like, should I put on my character sheet?
Weight wise, it'd be probably about 300 pounds worth of mithril. It is a massive amount. Actually, no, mithril is a lighter metal, so probably about 200 pounds for the actual crate itself, and all the stuff inside of it. Are you eating the tag on my fucking blanket?
It's a felony. That's illegal in 48 states.
You look so
Felony.
fucking guilty. What are you
Sure
doing?
she was.
Look at me. What you looking
I'm
for?
pretty sure that's just when if you get it before you buy it. When you buy it, you take it off.
No, I'm pretty sure it's
That's just a regular tag on it.
pretty sure
No, you don't.
you go to jail. But thank you for assuaging my irrational fears.
You don't get that. That is a thing. She likes eating tags off things in general. Stuffed animals, pillows, blankets. That's been reoccurring.
It
Yeah.
crinkles in such a fun way.
Yeah, I had one of my shirts on the floor, like one of my polos, and she was trying to eat the button off of it. No interest in any other part of the shirt, by the way. But that aside.
Dogs are kind of a menace if you have any kind of clothing that has like plastic or like wax, sort of like drawstring ends on it.
Devilish.
They will chew the hell out of that.
Yeah. But Jungam, you search for that, and you find a rather large amount of mithril. And for the rest of you folks who are sort of standing about what looks like the most abhorrent crime scene known to man. What's going on in your guys' end?
What's the name of the ship called? Can I find a crew log?
Yeah, and that wouldn't even be difficult to do at all. As you make your way up toward the middle deck, the area of the ship where you had initially teleported onto through that window, you can see that there are quite a few sort of like desks, workstations, put in this area. And I will say, for all you guys who are like searching, like, who's searching the ship for things?
I'll help Sparks look.
1, 2,
for
3.
stuff.
Hail Stealth, are you guys also searching? Or you guys have nothing you're doing?
I'll search.
No, but whoever is leading the search, I'll give a D3 inspiration to.
Okay. So, I'll say by default, anyone is welcome to make me an investigation check. You guys are searching with the ship. If you would like to argue for a different skill to find out different types of information, you're welcome to do so. If you want to make like nature checks to figure out maybe like disease things going on, if you want to, I don't know, learn about like the history of the vessel where it came, like, feel free to argue any other skills you like, but by default, it'd be an investigation check for everyone participating.
We should try and figure out that disease thing.
Not perception, but investigate now.
Or
I'm
medicine?
gonna do investigation.
I'll figure out the disease. I'll do nature.
Yeah, I'll look after the disease, and then you guys can non-horned boys can go after other things.
Oh, with my
Who's-
detect magic, I don't suppose that I pick up anything magical in the ship in general. Just while I'm poking around.
Who-
You actually would. So,
I'll
So-
roll the
Question.
investigation, though.
Who's taking the D3 from Kalis and who's taking the 1 from Jagan?
Jugun or Sparks take the D3 additional die.
okie dokie. So you can go ahead and roll. Sparks, or one of you guys roll a d3. Going
Sparks.
once.
Sparks on, go for it.
Okay. I mean, I roll
I-
rubbish, so.
I fully intended that D1 was going to go to me.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's not guidance; they can stack. So
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you can
you have it, because I rolled an 11, it was rubbish.
go ahead and roll d3 again.
Okay.
where was your original roll, Jugun?
It's under the investigation.
Directly above.
Yes,
2,
guys.
so that's a 15 total. So, taking things from top to bottom, Taryn, you were just doing a general investigation of the ship, right?
Well, I was helping Sparks.
Oh, that's true. You guys are looking for the crew manifest, stuff like that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I want like anything of interest, like logbooks or notes scrawled elsewhere outside of a scrawl, like a logbook, like anything that kind of like give any indication of what the fuck happened.
All right. So, as you guys are searching through the sort of drawers of this place, you find the crew manifest, the one that tells you about the various people that are on this ship, and also the name of the vessel. The name of it was a rather fitting one. It's called the Discovery. And from what you can tell, this seems to be a research vessel of some sorts. Because on each of the sort of different names of the folks, and there were 15 folks on the manifest, as was stated by the thing, because he never learned his name. Words. These seem to be all people with like different like fields of like expertise, whether they be forms of like archaeology, surveying, cartography, things like that. This seems to have been some sort of vessel created and the team put forth to explore this place, explore the world of Revedia. However, I will say none of the names that you see on here are ones that you saw, at least being amongst those recent, on the wall in Nowhere. Just seems that whatever this vessel was, it's probably been here for quite some time. Along with that, and looking into more of like what the fuck happened here, on a 21, I'll say, what you don't find is like, this ship isn't stationed with a full med bay, but you are able in the sort of top section of the ship where that creature was originally staying. One of the drawers in there has a journal set forth, or written by presumably whoever was the lead of this team, named. It's just being really slow.
So the room that the creature was in was the med bay?
No. Say this place has no med bay.
Like has no med bay. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
But you see a name on this as the log of Colin Wabo. I put the name in the chat, so you have it there.
Thank you.
And in it records talking about the process of the first person sort of falling ill, a lot of the personal records of the things that has happened on this ship. And it seems that from when these sicknesses first started appearing to where this log stops, where explicitly stated in this, the person writing this themselves had started to succumb to whatever sickness was aboard the ship, was a period of about a month. They ended up stranded out in this section of the waters, not sure which way to proceed forward into the world of Revedia. And they had explored seemingly the coral reef area. You see that sort of description in the paper into it. And it says, well, that place was one that seemed to be almost devoid of life, vastly empty. Everyone left there with a very uneasy air to it. There was this sort of constant like anxiety when that, almost as they were sort of being magically affected in some sort of way. But they don't say there's no direct ill effects that they think or that they know that came from that place. However, when they visited the temple is when things made a turn for the worst. After they had investigated that, and in it, you would also learn what that temple was for.
And they visited the coral reef and the temple before the first sign of illness.
Yes. They said the temple, what's it called, appeared to be to or in devotion of Hackett, which I thought was very strange that his presence would be found down here. They weren't expecting to find any gods worshipped on Reveed down here below.
This is the free floating temple, not the temple with the runes, not the shrine with the rune statue.
The free floating temple, yes, not the mechanical like building thing. In fact, nowhere in this journal does it mention that building at all. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm losing my train of thought. But yeah, after they left that temple is when these signs of sickness started appearing amongst the crew. They tried to initially quarantine people into the cargo areas, and at one point they were forced to make a choice as if they were going to force the ship or force the sick off the ship so they could try and continue their journey forward, and they chose to try and find a cure instead. And what the ship is now is partially the consequence of that. But in it, they do make no mention of the figure that you guys had met. It doesn't seem like that was something that, like, at least the person who wrote this had witnessed and wrote about.
Is there a Dragonborn listed on the crew?
No, there is not. It seems to be a pretty, like, diverse group of folks. There's a few half elven in there. It would have been half elves, humans, and there would have been one elf in the manifest.
Do we, I guess above character, is there any sort of name that we could describe that bloody figure as, or is he just a guy?
It's Carl.
Carl?
Coral.
No.
I've just got him down right now as doppelganger.
If you have a name that speaks to you, go for it.
Bloody Carl.
Okay.
Bloody Carl?
Unfortunately, we were very stab first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
Ask questions never.
Yeah.
What a
That's
shame.
okay.
He's an okay guy.
I know.
I think that was the right choice. I'm
Was
gonna be
he,
honest.
though? Was he?
Fine, I don't fuck with you either. But that's about the some of like the immediate knowledge you'd find from the crew manifest logs, things like that. Zelthar and Kalis, as you guys are trying to look more into the nature of the disease, it on one hand is fairly difficult, considering that you don't have like an actual body or anything to examine in this. But with a wealth of knowledge about many of the magical and non-magical diseases that have happened throughout the world, Zelthar, a name pops into your head. Bloodbane. Something that wouldn't have even seemed like, it was almost like a sort of like wives' tale type thing, where you remember not hearing of a disease, but a story of unfortunate circumstance about how there was this creature that would appear, oftentimes, especially amongst human settlements that had tried to make the way among the Frosted Edge, but inevitably failed because it's a very, very harsh environment. That if many people were to die in the same spot, these visages would form, taking on these almost humanoid likenesses. But the source of them was something that was never really known. But it doesn't seem to be that what these people had might not have totally been a disease, but more something along the lines of a curse. So far?
He stepped out.
Oh,
So if the trigger was many people dying at the same site,
mm-hmm. From Zelthar's recollection, yes.
and that it seemed like these people on the ship didn't have a sickness so much as a curse, or that the people who died at the site didn't have a sickness so much as a curse.
Yes, it seemed to be like vestiges like these are something that are attached to death, or at least
Gotcha.
concentrated amounts like this. But having a thought, maybe. I'm trying to think of a good way to phrase it. Yeah, I'll say with the limited stuff you're working with, that's you'd be able to define that it is this. What happened here was not a disease; it was a curse. These people were cursed in some way.
Cursed by Denas. Sleep check. Spell to see if it gets.
So I'm assuming we don't have to worry about this coming back since we sent. Well, I don't know. I take it back. We have no idea what's going to happen. It'll come back later, and we'll beat it then too.
Under the presumption that we get told the information by Zelthar, could I use my hat of many spells to cast Legend Lore?
You certainly could. Post the
Yeah,
spell
I'd like to do so.
Oh, you might not have the spell description up. Let me just double check.
I can read it out to you if you like.
No, it's okay. I already got it up. All right. And are you legend loring like Bloodbane? Are you legend loring about the creature? Like,
I mean, we don't have
It's-
the name of the creature, do we?
yeah.
Nope.
But technically, I don't believe you don't need the name. Yeah, name or describe.
Describe
So-
a person, place, or objects.
So yeah, you don't need the name of it.
Well, you know, I guess, and then if all else fails, I can cast it again some other time after a short rest. So yeah, I guess I'll do a description first.
Okay. You know what? There's some things that exist in the game where due to their existence, you have to account for things you normally wouldn't.
Yeah?
And you know, Legend Lore is one of those spells where you got to be prepared for a little extra at all times. So, as you focus on the spell, bringing forth the visual of the creature in your mind, its true form, the sort of ghastly visage which it took. The first thing that appears in your mind is a name. And that name is not Kalos, Calum. No relation.
Suspicious.
And the way it plays out almost as if like you can see like these like moving images, almost like if what's the okay, don't laugh at me. All right? I'd like to preface that. Have you seen Shrek?
Okay,
Joe?
I'm interested to see where this is going.
Have you seen Shrek? Do you
Yes, I
remember
have.
like in Shrek when they had like hear me out. When they had like those parts of the movie where it was like kind of like animated, but like it was showing like a scroll, and it, like you would see like the more like the simplistic figures like on like the scroll part of things, It's kind of like what
Not
you're
I
seeing.
remember from Shrek.
That's in Shrek. You just haven't seen the movie, right?
In the last 10 years.
And
You
I
guys
was
are
like,
not Shrek fans I can see because like that I know what you're talking about.
he can see the font. I know Ethan knows exactly the font that I'm fucking talking about.
I know it's like the beginning of the movie. Oh my god.
But what you see is this single creature, man long ago, once named Caleb, back at a time where it could still be called a man, tricked by Danis into a brutal event in which he would be the one to slay his own brother. In the background, you see what seems to be some large city-state nation behind of it. Doesn't look like one that's familiar to you when you've been to. It just looks old from another time. And as part of, sorry, I got a dog right here. And as part of that, in order to try to atone for what he did, not realizing that he was tricked, he had made a deal and ended up getting tricked into another one, where he would become essentially, unknowingly for him, an avatar to Danos. Not to Hackett, but to Danos himself. However, as far as he was aware, he was always tied to Hackett, set to be brought forth to witness whatever treacheries and murders were to occur, and relive his own experience. In a way, it is really just a god being really fucked up. Dennis gained nothing from this interaction or exchange. He just simply wanted to watch this guy get screwed.
D-Y-N-A-S.
sounds like him.
Denas.
Danas. Gotcha.
The menace.
But that's
it's really true. He is a menace, especially if he's doing this. Fucking hell.
Fucking is.
be preoccupied. But that's about the total of what would really be unveiled by the legend lore.
Okay, cool. Does it inform of any way in which, a curse could be broken?
Only we had
No.
something called the Fate Breaker.
Oh yeah, that's awkward, huh?
Yeah, but we kind of got rid of that, you know?
I'm sure I could meet up with our homie about that too. Like I can reach out to her. Like magic.
Target acquired.
Okay.
I would say the
I was
legend
really
lore
hoping
doesn't
that might be-
specifically state just because you guys don't have a surplus information. It doesn't state like the details of his pact, just that he was bound.
I know. Just, I was hoping for some path that might help us, specifically while we're down here, as opposed to, getting the fate
thought we
breaker and
banished-
going back.
I thought we banished him. What did you target with the legend lore?
Nothing. He described the creature. You don't have to see the creature in order to legend lore it. You just have to be able to name or describe it.
Okay. Does it? But legend lore didn't tell you about a bloodbane.
I didn't legend lore Bloodbane. I legend lore specifically the creature that we saw. I said that as much.
Yeah. But on the next short rest, you could legend lore Bloodbane if you like.
yeah.
I thought he was the bloodbane.
No.
No, he's
Not?
a consequence of the Bloodbane. He's not himself the Bloodbane.
But
Oh.
yeah, I at some, whenever we get round to taking a short rest, I'll legend lore afterwards. Because I can only cast it once a short rest.
And as you
It's a wizard spell.
guys are taking, are you resting in this sub?
I don't want to rest
well, no.
here.
Once we are done, I would like to.
Okay.
Once everything of value is taken.
Honestly,
yeah, before
we've
we-
been out for a while, we probably could go for a long rest.
At this point, yes.
Yeah.
Probably should.
Before we leave,
I mean,
I want to do one more sweep to make sure that anything of interest can be picked up and taken with us.
Oh, yes. There's actually one thing. A thing you picked up with the Detect Magic Sparks that I did not tell you about because we got caught up so up. We got so caught up in everything else. Bum, bum, bum.
Charm.
Where is it? Where is it? There'd be two things. One of them being a bag of holding.
Okie dokie. When we get back to the ship, I'll turn it inside out so you can work it what's in it. But for the moment, what's the other thing?
Is you? What the fuck? I apologize. You find a wand of enemy detection.
Intriguing. I don't think I've ever heard of such a wand. I know what it does, obviously. Just never seen one in the wild.
But yeah. As you guys start making your way back onto the ship as well, you see that both Jane and Zahn have this. Oh, go ahead.
Did I not see anything with my 15?
15. What were you? I apologize. There's so many things that just happened.
Yeah, no, I got you. I was looking for. Well, I guess I don't have to look for magic items because he did use detect magic, but I want to look at these books. I'm assuming there are in fact books.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything that look of interest to me that has to do like death or
Ooh.
bar or anything like that.
Yes. So, Jungun, as you find yourself going through some of the books in here, the first thing that you find the first thing that's notable to you is the dates of actually when these were published. Many of these titles are ones that are wholly unfamiliar to you. But most of these books seem to have been published at least around like 250, like 300 years ago. And in one of these books, you see that one of them is a religious study from this time, where it talks about the different like cultural groups of Reveed. It talks about the different churches that exist. And in one of the books about the faith in Crimson Keep, because that Crimson Keep's been one of the longest established cities on the continent, they actually directly mention Far, and how at that time in Crimson Keep, the envoys of Far were actually the third seated house in Crimson Keep. And just as you would know this culturally, how Crimson Keep, like their hierarchy works is every one of the gods in Crimson Keep have different envoys. Imagine like that's like your group of people. And based on the strength ranking or the power of these groups, they're ranked differently amongst the tiers of their society. So at some point during Crimson Keep, the followers of Far were the third most powerful people in Crimson Keep. And you would also know that it does call them Far during this time, not any other name.
Can I collect that book and any other ones?
Yes, by all means.
Right. Sorry, I just want to make sure I was look at these books.
Oh, yeah, I bet you want to go outside in a minute. We'll get you outside soon. This is on floor, probably. Alrighty. But as you guys are sort of regathering, getting back towards the ship, you notice that as you guys are making your way, both Jay and Dazan both seem a little uneasy. not fully understanding what the situation inside the ship was. But Azan's gonna sort of wait till you guys are all gathered around and just say, hey, just wanted to mention something to you all real quick. Nothing to be alarmed by. Let you know. Everything seemed to have moved. Earlier when we came up, we were furthest away from that mechanical structure and the coral reef. They were towards the back. But it seems that at some point things have flipped around. Now the cube is the furthest away, as is the temple, but that coral reef seems to have rotated this direction. I guess we didn't see it move. Jay and I watched. We just noticed that things had shifted at some point.
Where's the cube? Is the cube close?
The cube is so far actually it was reef. The cube is closer. Yes, it's like closest to you would be the closest to you now is the coral reef structure, and then the cube, and then would be the temple and the mechanical building.
Just give the gelatinous cube a wide berth, Jay.
Yeah, but doesn't making
And
sure
the
to
coral
do so.
reef.
The reef too?
Give everything a wide berth.
Can we like go stealth?
Well, I mean, yeah, but like he
Yes.
won't crash into it.
Long
I'm
rest.
sure.
Take turns stealthing.
Could
Well,
I use the wand of? Could I go up to my artillerist nest and use the wand of detection?
Yes, you can, because that would. Give me that fucking sock right now. Give it to me. I don't know. It is 10
And
o'clock. Why is this fucking not up?
It's fine if everyone wants the long rest, but I'm gonna short rest first and use the legend law spell,
Gotcha.
just so I can do it today and not have to worry about stuff.
I have to rest before we go stealth. I'm pretty sure. Because I tried to go stealth after we rested. Yeah.
I'll do
Last
first
turn.
watch if we have to take watches.
Let me just double check the. You sense no hostile creatures within the range of this and the artillerist nests. I think that's what you're checking, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, but you guys do have the capacity to put the ship in like its stealth mode while you guys try and rest.
Yes, I would like to do that.
Jay, does it seem like these structures and temples and things? Does it seem like they could have plausibly drifted to their current positions over time, or does it seem like they've just sort of suddenly, abruptly changed position entirely?
I'm more inclined to the latter, because if it had just drifted, we would have seen changes in movement, and we also would have probably felt ourselves moving. Our ship didn't move at all during the time that you guys were in there. It maintained its spot where it was.
That's right, there's no current in this sea. So then how could anything have moved?
Yeah, that's part of the trick, and I will say, well, I'm not keen to check out any of those places. We still have faced the problem that we don't have an immediate way forward.
Oh, was there not like a forward current
No,
at one end of this pocket?
no. It was only a current that led into here.
Well, I think first we should probably rest. We've been going for quite a while. We've faced a lot of terrible things today in a lot of different places. So I'm gonna go into that Void Veil chamber and make us stealthy and take a long rest. If anyone needs me, that's where I'm gonna be.
Stop
But
eating.
what?
Was it?
You do that, taking a rest. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say to Jay, like, by the way, it seems that your submersible is not the first. That ill-fated voyage over there seemed to delve down here decades ago.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, we're both looking at the same thing, but if it's from that far away, I seriously question who would even have the resources to man an expedition like this, or even create the type of vessel.
They were all experts in their fields, it seemed like. They're always I found Sparks and I looked through their ship logs, and they all seem to be all different kinds of various researchers. I guess trying to map the world, but they also kind of got stuck here.
Actually,
A little bit of the doldrums.
a big piece of info for you. This is something I did not think to disclose, but actually would be important for you. You do know in the logs, because sensibly it would be where the ship departed from. And the last point of departure was at Heart Point, the end of the Emerald Lane.
Oh. They came from the Emerald Lane.
Did
Yeah,
it say which
also-
year?
It would have been about yeah, it would have
Alright,
just
how-
it would have
Alright,
said it. Yeah,
here's
yeah.
the description. How long ago was it? If
Is
you
it-
don't want to give us a specific year.
Yeah, because I don't even know what you guys are in now. Top of my head, being honest, it would have been about 200 years ago. The ship is departed for quite some time.
Oh, so specifically, Jay, like a lot of decades ago, like a 20 at least.
20
Two
decades.
centuries. 2 centuries.
That's a
So
preferable
like
way
you're
to say that.
really,
Yeah.
you're really
From Heart Point.
late with the whole submarine thing. Although I appreciate the not
I'm
dying
just saying.
part.
Well, I may be late, but without you, you wouldn't be here. Remember? Otherwise, so I think I'm right exactly what I needed to be, if anything.
Agreed.
That's an interesting
Perfect.
frame of mind.
But
I'm not saying you're late. I just mean that.
you said I'm late. You directly said it's okay.
No, I fumbled with my words. I have a deer tongue. Blah 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 blah.
That's not an expression.
Yeah. You know, well, I know I'm not super eloquent. I have a deer tongue. You see.
He's like
but
looking towards
what I
y'all.
meant to say was.
He's not wrong.
Was that you are following this tradition of very dangerous submersible craft.
Jugun, do you think you could loan Kalis your shovel so that he can dig himself a little bit deeper?
I think
I have a
that your
spare shovel.
submarine is way cooler.
Perfect. Perfect.
Honestly, I think that the Trestle-mobile submarine came at exactly the perfect time.
Please
for
don't
me
call
to
it that.
delve deeper. The Manta.
Please, yeah. We're all tired. we're all just tired. And meanwhile, sort of like in the back, you just sort of hear this like conversation echoing throughout the ship as you're trying to cast Legend Lore Sparks. And this time you are casting it on Bloodbane, the name that was given to you by Zelithar, with the subsequent descriptions that he was able to provide for it. And oh my god, why do you look so miserable? And what you discover is sort of once again in the Shrek scroll like fashion. Is that
this is all the descriptions for Legend Lore. It's Shrek.
yeah, I think I'm gonna do that
gotta
now.
be.
I kind of fuck
It's
with
gotta
that,
be.
right? It's kind of sick, right? Is it just me?
So, but
But what you do indeed, what this does immediately confirm that this is not a disease. This is a curse brought on, in most cases, by Dennis indirectly. When resentment begins to grow between people, when thoughts begin to cloud their mind, Dennis fills in that space. And in doing so, they begin to take on forms more similar to some of his followers. Eventually turning on the people around them as they begin to not see themselves in the way that others are seen. They don't see themselves as these sort of like sickly looking or diseased looking people, but they see everyone around them that way, increasing hostility until eventually things come to a boil and, well, blah, 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 blah. Not his. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I said Dennis. I got that all fucked up. This is a disease brought on by Hackett. Excuse me.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I got the names mixed up. But with the sea of feelings of resentment and treachery that begin to grow within people, Dennis takes his own place, or Hackett, takes his own place within all that, letting these seeds fester and grow till they grow outside of the body physically. They take on these more hideous forms, but to themselves they look normal. They see other people as they are in these diseased creatures until they eventually get hostile. It affects mental faculties as well, so people become less reasonable, more prone to violence, and things like that. And while this disease is not the cause of what brings Calum forth, because connecting the dots between the two, you can tell that Calum is a consequence of these actions. When groups are infected with things like bloodbane and a large amount of bloodshed occurs, it's inevitable that Calum appears unwillingly due to that. And seemingly that's possibly what happened here.
So earlier you said this being Calum was cursed by Dennis.
Cursed by Dennis, yes.
But this is a curse from Hackett.
Bloodbane is, yes. Dennis is essentially what's the best way to describe him?
Parasitic curse?
Yes. Yeah. Dennis functions off an aspect of Hackett in this way. Where the reason for it is also still not clear what motivates him to do this. But one thing that would appear to you in the visions of legend lore is that this isn't something that just happens to anybody. This is usually due to some like involvement specifically like from Hackett. Like whether he sees these people, whether they worship him or not worship him, but whether they know of him or constantly think about him as he festers in the minds of people. Or you would also think probably also happened to someplace like a temple of Hackett as well. But with that, you guys all will get your long rest, so feel free to mark yourself off for those.
Yeah.
No, that is the wrong button. What? That one.
Nice. I like how it says what you recover. It's neat.
Is it pitch black down here?
Yes. While the ship the way you guys are with like the ship like stealth, yes.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm like sitting in the chair, like just like snoozing in like the little void.
Just got like a piece of tape down like the invisibility button. Not the invisibility button.
Just like resting my feet on it, like okay, it's on the button, I can sleep.
But as you guys eventually wake, what you could call a morning comes. And the only question, what's next?
I imagine that Sparks would have told us about what he found out through both the legend lores.
Yeah, I would have told you that before
Yeah.
you went to sleep. I would have given you nightmares before you went to sleep.
Love it. On brand.
So we're on the misery current. And our options include the Kraken skull within the coral reef, a
Mhm.
clockwork building that's
Mhm.
relatively small compared to everything else here, cube of gelatin, and the temple of Hackett with a firelight or something like that flickering from inside from within.
I don't like either the coral or the temple options. Considering that in this journal that I found from Colin Wabo, who was tending the sick people as best as he could. Not a medic, I don't think, but or not a physician, physicer, whatever. Healer, that's the word. But he said that they went to the coral reef first and everybody kind of came back uneasy from it, but with no apparent to them at the time kind of like manifestation of that or physical ramification or anything like that. And then they went to the temple, and that's when shit went sideways. So I think the temple should be completely out because I don't want to deal with Hackett. Um, and the coral reef, I don't know if that led into it at all either. Maybe the mechanical building, especially if it's all
I think
squished around.
I think it's probably pretty easy to assume that the curse came from the temple of the same god.
Oh yeah, 100%. Absolutely. But they also got bad feelings from the coral reef. And there's a giant kraken skull there, and it said it was devoid of life. But they still came back really feeling uneasy and like disquieted and unsettled. So I don't know what's going on with that
It's
either.
dead. I don't think it's a threat to us now.
Well, the kraken skull isn't dead, but whatever. What else could be out there?
Probably the cube. I mean,
I had this.
I am
Okay.
kind of intrigued by the Kraken skull.
It's just a temple.
Whoa.
Do you want to be
Bold.
cursed? Do you want to be cursed and turn into a wave of blood? I don't want that for any of us.
Fire will protect us.
I don't know
You
that.
want to be cursed? That's how you get curses.
This is how you get curses.
Yeah, obviously didn't believe in fire enough.
I mean, he hasn't been very good at, defending us so far, so... Or, being around.
No one's dead.
I have died on multiple occasions.
Stay that way.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
true.
still
that's
You're gonna get
temporary.
interrupted basically every single time.
You did get better.
In a roundabout way, Jogan Far did save us through you.
I
Which is no small contribution, I might add.
feel like I just got out of a curse situation, and I would rather not walk immediately into another one. Just throwing it out there.
I feel like it's fair that we all get one veto. So it seems like Terran's veto is the Temple of Doom.
Yes.
So maybe that's, if we're stuck here and we've been to everywhere else and we have no other, then we'll go to the Temple of Doom. But why don't we explore other options first?
Kraken skull, Kraken skull, Kraken skull.
The mechanical building seems
So either the
fun.
Kraken Skull or the Tower of Ears? Could give
They
us
didn't
some-
explore. Yeah, they didn't explore that building from their notes that I found. So maybe that's the answer.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of just like coral reefs. So
Yeah, but ones
I
that
don't
give
want to see
you
that.
terrible feelings inside, I don't know about that.
But from what I understand, it might not be a good idea to sail into that. We might have to swim into it manually. Would you be all right with that, Sparks?
Hmm.
Conflicting motivations. Character-based
Hmm.
storytelling.
Maybe we could like go to the Kraken Skull and I could just peer through the windows.
Is that
What
really
the-
exploring
stuff.
though?
Yes.
What if I like cast a little spell so would you like you'd be wet but you wouldn't feel like you would wet? This is Don speaks up.
Yes, I think numbing all his limbs should make him more
No.
comfortable.
Because if you don't want to be wet, then what if we just make it so you're not wet? Or you don't think you're wet?
I don't know.
It'd be fine.
Well,
We should
technically
try
we're
it.
not wet, we're just underwater.
We're not doing this. Just a thought. Just a thought. It might be a motivator.
They don't talk
I don't
about
know.
humidity levels in the seas.
Because it's
It's all water.
all of it.
Exactly. It's all wet and not wet.
I still think we should go to the mechanical tower. At least start there. You know, it might be nothing. Maybe we'll have to eventually go to the fucking temple, but
I'd like to go to the mechanical tower as well. It seems less cursed.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
literally and figuratively.
Less cursed so far.
That's
Well, I guess we don't know. It's
Mhm.
unexplored.
Yep.
I imagine that gelatinous cube has been plenty explored plenty of times, so not so concerned with that.
All right. Zeltharj again. Preference?
I got vetoed.
Oh, you want to go to the temple? Do you have it's ranked choice? Do you have a second? Zelthar, same question to you.
You have a veto too.
See, here's the thing: we can't give everyone a veto. There's not enough locations for that. I don't know why somebody said that, but that doesn't work. That actually doesn't work.
You don't have to use your veto, but you could if you wanted to.
If everyone veto, that means you stay here.
Like Sparks tried to, he wanted to veto the Heart of Reveed, but
I wasn't allowed.
That's true.
That's actually fair.
more of a democracy situation.
This is also a democracy situation, I
Well,
guess.
actually, no, it was a veto situation because he vetoed it, and then we had a supermajority, so we overruled the veto.
Politics.
2/3.
Jesus.
Bullshit.
Christ.
This is an outrage.
It's okay. That's the breaks when you're a minority.
Anywhere you would like to go, Zelthar? You haven't spoken up yet.
Not particular.
What place do you want to stay away from?
Temple.
Okay, so you want to stay away from the temple. We've established that. What sounds worse, a Kraken skull or a mechanical tower?
A Kraken skull.
Okay, so it sounds like we're leaning towards
No.
the tower.
Tower
No.
sounds good. I mean, we'll go to both.
Yeah, you guys can certainly go to both.
This
But-
is.
Unless we run into
Yes,
a
we're trying to
portal.
avoid that.
As we pick up next week, then that will be the first order of business. As you guys float through this open space to the mechanical tower that lies waiting before you, stop that. That's where we're going to be picking things up. Now,
Oh,
Aw.
I guess that's it. That's Dungeons and Dragons.
with no dungeons and no dragons.
No drag. Well, thanks for watching. If you watched, if you didn't, I hate you. You have bad morals, and you should think more about your place in society and what you're doing for the people you love.
Elijah,
you're not watching
stop,
this, so
please.
you'll never know.
Elijah,
But
please.
you'll never
stop.
Like, here are my thoughts on every political situation happening. Well,
God,
with that,
no.
we'll see you around, and if we don't, we'll see.